Blaine from California, and I will desperately try not to hit the wrong button on my iPad here. Okay, Blaine from California, how you doing?
How you both doing?
Good. So what's up? What you want to talk about today?
So, I am an atheist, and I'm kind of struggling with this conundrum where I'm a big fan of Christopher Hitchens and Sam Harris. And Christopher Hitchens' point on like pluralism is that he's fine with people that keep their religion as like their toys that they play with in their bedroom, and whatever that does for them, good for them. But when I listen to Sam Harris, he talks about how the more moderate, like more cherry picking religious people make a lot of cover for the more fanatic and extremist religious groups out there in the world. And I was hoping just to get your guys' take on that. Like, I just don't know where I should be directing it from this point.
Yeah. Kelly, what are your thoughts?
I was hoping you were going to go first.
I can.
What's that? Go ahead. You go first. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll go first. So, I mean, I do think that there are a number of people that use religion as kind of like a shield or like camouflage for enabling, people to do bad things. And the way that I always see it is that it really depends on how they're implementing their religion and how they're using the religion. If they're using the religion in a very personal way, where it's very personal to them, as far as like them, using it in their life in order to guide them in a certain direction, and not necessarily using it in order to excuse bad behavior or in order to force any particular persuasion onto you. I generally don't care if somebody is religious or not, or if they need religion. There's been plenty of people that have told me that they need religion so that they don't go on like a murder spree or something like that. And I'm like, go ahead, keep your religion. I don't want you to, do that. But I really think that it comes down to like, how do they implement it? How do they use religion? Do they use religion in order to, impose judgment on other people? Do they use it to shield others, from their consequences of their actions? I would focus on how they implement their faith and then deal with it from there. I typically don't have a problem with religious people that keep their faith to themselves, basically. Like they keep it, they have a very private view of their faith, and they don't allow their faith to like force people to follow what they believe when the only reason to believe whatever it is because of their faith. And so like when it's very personal like that, I don't care. It's just when it gets into what they do with that I have a problem with. And while I do, that doesn't diminish my position as an anti-theist, because I feel like religion in all its forms definitely is detrimental to humanity in general, and we would be much better off without it. But just because I feel that way about religion, because it doesn't represent reality accurately, while I do have that feeling about religion, I'm not seeking to take religion away from people. I hope that that humanity gets to a point where we don't need magical thinking in order to be emotionally and mentally healthy and stable people, stable society. I hope that we can get there one day, but I don't know if that'll ever happen, but it's something that I can work towards.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I would like to add on to that, maybe that, you mentioned using a religion as a shield, and I think we just had that illustrated in the last call, where we had some bigotry that was being shielded behind their religion. So, we see that all the time, and I think that's wrong. But I think if we can get past the animosity with each other and try to keep that to a minimum, we can have a better conversation and try to meet each other and get a better understanding where each of us are coming from. And I think that can only benefit the both of us on both sides of the conversation. So, I mean, that's all I can add to what John said, because he pretty much covered everything. I think he was very eloquent on that one. So,
yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate that from both of you. And I hope the rest of the calls go amazing for the show.
Yeah, thank you so much there, Blaine. And feel free to call back in anytime. If you still struggle with this and you want to hear different opinions other than my own, call in any other Sunday, and people will definitely be here to help you out. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you both. Have an awesome day.